Good morning. So, I just finished my breakfast. I've literally just finished the last couple of bites of my toast. If you hear my stomach gurgling in the background of any of my recordings or my throat or anything like that, I do apologise. It's just you have to understand since I was tortured and my stomach and throat and esophagus took so much damage from the poisoning. My digestive system has never been the same. It works perfectly fine, but it makes a lot of noise now when it's hungry or after it's eaten and digesting, because surgery is not going to be able to fix the damage that my stomach and digestive system and esophagus and throat took. There's nothing I can do. I just have to let my body heal. So in my recordings, you'll hear my stomach going and you'll hear my throat gurgling, and you'll hear me making all sorts of noises, because I've just eaten, or I need to eat because I have to break the fast, the keto fast, or I've just had a drink or something like that, and my digestive system is struggling to process everything, so it makes a lot of noise. So anyway, I'm sitting here having my second cup of coffee with my breakfast, and I thought I could see patterns emerging. So I thought, well, I'll just let the cup rest for a minute and see if I can read anything in the cup. And now I'm laughing because it's a bit rude. But remember in my live, I said I had a dream that I was with the man in the hotel. I said I made him some wheat bix and gave him some chicken. I actually think now it was in reference to what I was about to have for breakfast because I had crunchy peanut butter on toast, crunchy organic peanut butter, and it does kind of look like KFC fried chicken. From a dream perspective, it would be. So I was I gave him breakfast, and he was loving every minute of what I was feeding him. And then we did adult things, and the adult things is turned up in the cup of the second cup of coffee I made after I did the live. So I'm going to show you. We're going to offer coffee cup readings at the foundation, by the way. So I let the cup settle, and I want to show you right at the bottom of the cup. I don't know if you can see that there's a fox, but if you turn it, it turns into a rabbit, which is symbolic of someone having secret feelings, someone hiding secret feelings, someone watching from a distance who has secret feelings, who wants to make babies. It's more than it's someone who's like, I could spend the rest of my life with this woman, right? But then I also see a donkey, and donkeys to me is, after all the hard work, after all the labour, after all the toil, after carrying the load, after doing the work, finding true love as a result, which is everything I was talking about in my last live. Bear in mind, I made this coffee after my live had ended, right? Now, the closer you get to the rim of the cup, the sooner it's going to happen. And what it's saying is that this person is going to climb the ladder, scramble, get past all the obstacles in order to achieve their wish fulfillment. Clearing obstacles out of the way, having to be stealth, having to be in the shadows, which is the fox, because a collective of foxes is called a skulk. And you know the word skulking, when someone's skulking, when they're kind of keeping back, but they're keeping their eye on you, but they're sort of present, but they're hiding their presence. Skulk. But then they also can be called an earth of foxes. So it's someone who's grounded and down to earth, who's skulking in the background, who knows that's the woman I'm going to marry. That's the woman I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. They're utterly convinced I am the one for them. And they are going to stop at nothing and push through the crowd in order to get to the top, in order to rise above the competition. Now, interestingly, this is the funny bit as well, before I get to the X-rated bit. Can you see Jesus holding the cross? Right in the middle there, you can see his hair, you can see his halo. He's got his hand up like this, but he's also holding a cross. See right there? He was in the last coffee cup reading that I did for Trump's inauguration. But you can see the halo around him, and it's Jesus. Because we're in resurrection season as well. So remember the dream I had where Jesus took the wheel? Whoever it is that I end up with, it's ordained. It's blessed. It's a blessed union. Remember, Jesus took the wheel and he was taking me to higher ground. And I said I'm leaving it up to Jesus to decide where I go. Well, he's decided. And now the person has to ascend. And that's, see the ascension? And it's the ascension, you know, the, what do you call it? Rapture. Someone's going through like an awakening, like, oh my God, that's the woman for me. I was born to be with this woman, and that's, see the rapture, and it's straight to Jesus. Typical Big Brother. You know, I actually wrote that in Holy War, the movie, where Michael and Jesus and that are hiding in the background, where they're skulking, trying to pretend like they're not watching over their little sister while she's fighting this holy war in order to earn her wings. But she pretends she doesn't know they're there. That's the old world dying, and that's the new world being born. That's the death of the old. So remember, and see the line, right? Remember I was talking about closure, closing the door to one chapter to step into a whole new chapter, a whole new birth. This is the old world dying, not just for everyone, but for me as well. This is out with the old and in with the new. The death of the old. See, there's no, it's like bare branches, whereas everything here is all growing and abundant. And you can see all the doves and the butterflies. You can see the rabbits. You can see all the children. There's a here, all to do with fertility. This is all what's coming. And because there's less of this than there is of this, it means that my new world has already started being birthed. And it's guided by Jesus, by my brother Jesus. Because of the whole Donald Trump thing as well, which is hilarious now. This is the funny bit. Remember I was saying in the dream that after I fed the man breakfast and I said I'm not going into it? Because in the dream, we were making a baby. There's his thing inside the vessel that leads to the double heart. And see the cherub? And she's got the little crown on her head. That means that Jesus, the cup is saying that Jesus is leading me to a man who is going through an ascension, who's having a rapture and the realization I am the woman for him, and he has been chosen to be my baby daddy. And that's literally like the baby daddy part, entering the vessel, the holy vessel. Because remember I was saying I don't feel like I even have a body anymore. The Holy Spirit and the conception, sploosh, 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 double heart, his heart and mine, mine heart, my heart and his, because we are like two peas in a pod. We are one person that creates the cherub. So this is literally Jesus taking the wheel. So it's got something to do with what's just happened with Donald Trump. That literally looks like a moon, and the cycles of the moon, and the dark side of the moon, even though it looks light, is dying, it's fading away. The death of the old, the birth of the new. So whoever I meet has some connection to what's just happened with Donald Trump. And I'll put a link in the description box of my inauguration reading. Jesus was in that as well. The chrysanthemums. I'll never forget that reading. And it ended up being about the assassination of Charlie Kirk, that coffee cup reading, and how the CIA were involved in it, how it was an inside job. But at the very end, it talked about you could see Jesus and people ascending to Jesus. And now, of course, what happened yesterday with Donald Trump, he's getting slaughtered over that whole I am Jesus bollocks. So he doesn't necessarily have to be connected to what happened with Donald Trump and the whole Jesus thing, but it's saying that my new life begins because of it, which makes sense because I called him out just hours before he put that post up. So this could be a timeline event. But it's just funny because remember I had that dream where he took the wheel. Well, this is literally him taking the wheel. He's even got a dove. If you don't see it as a cross, it could even be a dove. So peace. So it could be that Jesus is bringing peace on earth because of what Trump's done. And it's the death of the old world and the birth of the new, which is everything I said anyway. So the collapse of the EU, the collapse of the Commonwealth, the collapse of the American administration, that sort of thing. The death of the old world and the birth of the new, because Trump screwed up when he claimed to be Jesus. But it can also mean whoever it is that has been chosen for me has found God again. They've gone through their own rapture. And if it's somebody I know, it's healing what happened between us. God, that means he's going to bring someone back. I thought I'd done away with the past. So it's somebody where a rift was caused that's coming back together through this person having the awakening, this person having the rapture. I just noticed that. See the hugs, the hugging. It can be two hands shaking or two people hugging. So through him going through his awakening and going through his personal rapture, because he's seen that Jesus is real, that God is real, he's been touched. It's bringing us back together because he's realised that's the woman I'm going to marry, that's going to be my baby mama. And other people helping him. He's going to clear the path is going to be cleared. But other people are going to help him achieve the union. Look, there's an owl. Is that Otisha? Using second sight. Oh, that's me doing this reading now. See all the people screaming, holding their hands up and screaming? These are the people who are going to be held accountable for what I was put through, for causing the separation. It's like Van Gogh, the scream. Can you see? And they're like, ah, holding their hands up, ah, falling into the abyss. I love the owl. Look, there's even a dove, the dove and the owl. So through my second sight, what it's saying is through my second sight, somebody's found Jesus. Somebody's found God again. Somebody's found hope and faith in God again through whatever's just happened between me and Donald Trump. It solidified something with them. And through Jesus taking the wheel, it is, look, Jesus is turned into the owl. It's mending bridges. Someone's going through their rapture and it's mending bridges, and it's like I'm holding on to them. I'm holding on to them as they rise. So they must be a little bit scared about everything that's going on. They don't understand what's going on, and I'm holding on to them like I'm their life raft, like I'm their life vest. It's all right, hold on to me. You don't need to be afraid. I'm going to fly you out of here. Don't be scared. Jesus is in control of the whole thing. But it's this part here. It's so weird because it literally looks like the central nervous system of a human without the bones and stuff, right? And then it looks like a man's pee-pee. Going up inside the body, look, there's the hips, the ilium crest, the spine. But it's his joy is going sploosh, 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 and it's creating the cherub. You can even tell it's a little girl. She's wearing like a little princess crown, and these are wings. And it's coming from the heart, so it's a baby that's going to be conceived through love, but not just through the love of her mummy and daddy, but the love of Christ. It's a divine union. It's a divinely blessed, divinely guided union that's going to have the backing of the people once the obstacles are moved out of the way. And then it's the death of the old and the birth of the new. So I had always said that I was here to clear the path for the second coming of Christ. And the death of the old world, the death of the EU, the Trump administration, Starmer, all of that. You can literally see there's no growth. It's like winter, where here is spring. I will be offering coffee cup readings. I will even do the occasional one myself. But I have a whole list of readers that I want to invite. You know, I've been posting stuff, the chalet, because I want chalets where my guest readers and that can come and stay in the chalets. I want guest chalets. So, yeah, I just thought that was funny. I had to do a double take. Is that what I think it is? My mama taught me how to read coffee, even though it's the Arab thing. She spoke the Arab and my dad didn't. And my dad's the Arab, but dad spoke the Māori and my mum didn't. And my mum's the Māori. But, yeah, you can't unsee it, eh? Look at that beautiful little cherub. That's my Roisin Marie there, or if I call her Amber Roisin Marie. And the beam of light. Whoa. See the beam of light coming down from the heavens? Look at all the animals. All the people, all the animals. So So there you go. But I had to laugh. I had to do a double take. If you see it closely, you'll even see the little line where the little seeds of joy come out. But there she is. That's the result. It means that it's a divinely guided union where the baby is going to be conceived from love. Mutual love, mutual respect. It's a heart inside a heart, so it's a divine union. Look at the beam. So there you go. So I thought I'd put that out there because it's funny. I'll put the inauguration one up as well in the description box. I'll speak to you later. Ka kite anō.